Hello, welcome to another modern video, folks. We're gonna be playing some Mardu Pyromancer right now. Yes, the oldie but a goodie Mardu Pyromancer, making tokens, lingering souls, Liliana of the Veil, discard spells, removal spells, playing fair. Of course, young Pyromancer has grown. He's been at it for a while. He has grown, he has matured, and now he's a 3-drop. That's a 2-2 instead of just a 2-1. So this deck is built with a Season Pyro in mind. So we're also going to be playing some Stoneforge Mystics, going with Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Feast and Famine, and Batterskull. And Magmatic Channel, which is a card that I was interested in trying out. I'm not sure whether this card is going to be good or not. But it definitely looked interesting enough for me to want to try it out. Of course, a great combo with Lingering Souls. You can discard the souls. It's important, like the wording is important because it discards the card from your hand, but then it exiles the top 2 cards, and then you can play one of those cards. You get to discard your Lingering Soul, so you get to discard your Croxa to activate the ability, which is a big deal. So we're gonna see how Magmatic Channel works. The mana base, I tried to make it as consistent as possible. It's obviously gonna be black-red heavy because we have Liliana of the Veil and Season Pyromancer. In reality, the only 2 cards that we're splashing are Stoneforge and the Lingering Souls. I'm really sad that we have to play basic planes. I feel like we kind of have to. But yeah, the planes is going to be the worst line in the deck. I was considering playing Skyclave Operation, but like Season Pyro, Liliana of the Veil, and Skyclave is just too much. Like, there's no way that you can fit everything in your mana base. You're just going to struggle to cast your spells. K-Command is just a great card, 2 for 1, and is the last thing that rounds up the deck list. When we go to the sideboard, Duress, Collective Brutality against control decks, aggressive decks in the case of Brutality. Blood Moon against Big Mana, Kaya's Guile against decks where Kaya's Guile is good against, an extra copy of Croxa, an extra copy of Call against Command, and an Angrat's Rampage. This is an interesting sideboard card. And finally, 3 Nihil Spell. So we're going to see how this deck works out. This is my very first try at it, so let's see how it works out. Alright, sweet. Ready to get started. Thank you, by the way, to Eric. Eric was the one who's been following me on YouTube for a while, and Eric was the one that made the donation for me to play the deck, so thank you so much, Eric. This sounds like a hand that I'm going to just never find a white source, and I'm just going to die. So I'm just going to ship this. Much better not. I'm probably keeping this, however. Shipping the basic planes, I think. I would say it's about consistently casting it and being able to protect it either with stuff like Giver and Counter Magic, or even with a fast enough clock that doesn't give them a ton of time to find an answer for your 2-2. I mean, I don't think I've ever lost to the Spirit token from Operation, so I honestly don't know how relevant that part is. Like, obviously it can happen, but I would say that it's fair to call that outrageously rare. Am I going to Thoughtseize on 1? Yeah, I think I'm going to Thoughtseize on 1. Because I want to fetch on turn 2, but this also enables Revolt for me, so... Oh. Esper control. That's kind of terrible news for us, actually. That is terrible news. Never mind. We're doing great. Interesting to know that it says you may play that card this turn, which means that we should be able to like play lands off of it. So we're gonna discard the worst Marsh Flats. Second Channeler. Yeah, okay, I'm into it. Spell Snare? No. There's no way that they have Spell Snare. Beautiful. Play taxes, and it is mostly not a cost, but it definitely can make things awkward. That's fair. Perfect mana. Vomit. That's gas. So imagine my opponent is just looking for a sweeper at this point. They must have maybe one Supreme Verdict. Sure. My sculptor. Okay. So here I'm gonna have to bolt first, and then I'm gonna have to equip and do the thing. The format Menace Toski. Hell yeah. Why do I bolt first? Because if my opponent has the force to protect the Jace, exactly. Now I'm gonna attack the Jace. I cannot allow my opponent to untap with a Jace to my sculptor. So if I had gone face, we would be in worse shape here. So bolting first definitely is. Like if my opponent gets to attack with Jace, we just lose, right? Also, it's not guaranteed that they still have this in hand. I'm assuming that they do because they're probably drawing towards a verdict if they're playing Yendrex's list, which everybody's playing Yendrex's list. So I'm assuming that they have second white source for that. They're going to need second white source, so they would have kept that. Maybe I'm wrong. It does feel nice to kind of force my opponent to awkward positions. So if they steal my spirit, I untap my lands, but I also discard. Well, that's a great top deck. What you got going on over there, OP? Snapcaster. Very awkward spot, but I think I'm supposed to not do anything. We're just gonna attack with this. My opponent's gonna steal it. And then I think I'm going to... Huh, so they have Jace planes. I can flashback souls. And I discard the Batter Skull in my hand. No, that gives my opponent too much mana. If I equip the spirit... No, I think I actually just flashback souls. We take 3. We trade with one of these. I guess we take 5. Down to 8. We discard Batter Skull. But my opponent needs to probably minus if we're gonna do that. We can flashback and chomp. That's probably the line, actually. The awkward thing is that my opponent has a Jace here. Oh, I am the one untapping lands, you're right. I wonder if my opponent knows the interaction. The interaction that I literally just stated. That's fucking gross. That's a good top deck. That's a good top deck. All right, top deck worse. We are winning the race. So that part is nice. Ah, wow. Never mind, we're not winning shit. Oh, really, opponent? You're just gonna top deck your Archmage's Charm just like that, huh? We want Duresses, we don't want pushes, we want Blood Moons. Croxa sounds good. K-Command sounds good. I think I like Rampage. Answers Jace very nicely. Obviously we want all of our discard spells. I think I'm gonna cut Liliana's. Just one random Guile. Sure. Let's go with this. They don't get to untap Castle Freed. Keep this. The combo of Croxa plus basic planes. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah. The wording in this word is pretty weird. No, I think that you are underestimating the power of having instant speed interaction in a matchup like this. Newton, thank you for the follow. So the little arrow that you see up there above the chat, that is an arrow pointing down. That means that I lost game 1. I'm getting one of the 2-for-1s here, right? Because I'm not going to get any value from this magmatic channeler. Yeah, my opponent's also playing a combo deck right here. I think I'm just taking Jace. It's between Jace and Cryptic, I think. Archmage's Charm is also interesting. Let's actually take the Charm. Because now I can Croc onto... Pitching Cryptic. Nice. And if we find that red source here, we're just... Fuck yeah. Eliminate. Okay, that's a card. Well, this locks me out, right? But it's just so good, right? I'm eventually gonna get these Season Pyro tokens and I'm gonna win with them, right? All right. But Esper Charm was a 1-for-1, which is great for me, and now I get to Croxa. Never mind. I think we're doing this. We have no way of pressuring that Jace, which is brutal for us. Completely devastating. Absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. God damn it. Yes! Literally the best stop deck possible. Literally the best top deck possible. Brett Smokler, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. That was so sick. I followed for the top deck, nice. We have an emote for that in this channel. We have an emote for that. There you go. Okay, so make it 1/1. Exile a card from opponent graveyard. Whew. Alright. Alright. Can we untap? What a swing! The highest highs and the lowest lows in that match. Holy crap, that... Wow, what a top deck. What a sicko top deck. Oh man, that was too much. Too much excitement. We're fine. We just send this back. Sure. And that's the Amulet League begin. We're not going to be playing Amulet today. We're just playing some donation lists. Triumph. Here's the question though. I think we go for the sword, right? Or we can go for the Batter Skull, and the Batter Skull forces my opponent to interact here. We saw eliminate. I mean, I went 3-2 with Astral Rain yesterday, so... And the deck is even more bugged than it was before. I guess I have enough lands that I can actually just land the Batter Skull and go to town. Just hard cast it eventually. Well, they can interact right here, which I think is what's going to happen. So we kind of knew that was coming. Wasn't particularly surprising. They see me top decking, they hating, right? They see me top decking, they hating. I mean, they're holding on to the information, right? So it's not the worst top deck ever. It's not the worst logic note ever. Like, I would have probably done the same. They're tapping out for Jace. I can double spell, or I can just slam a moon. Slamming a moon seems more important. What's up with not posting deck list? I don't know. nice cryptic. Love to see it. See you for round number 2. Welcome, folks. Playing against God with a Shotgun, which was our only loss whenever we played the previous league. They're playing a super spicy Blink value deck of sorts. A true delight. Oh, card that I can't beat. Well, we probably have to take the Euro champion anyway, right? Can we greed? What if we take the Wall of Omens? Can we just do that? Can we just take the Wall of Omens? And we just play through the Oriok champion? Okay, I'm just gonna take the Wall of Omens. Because if I take the Wall of Omens, my opponent is left in a tough spot where they kind of need to. Yeah, I know I'm gambling here. I'm pretty aware with the fact that I'm gambling. The problem is that it just represents so much value for them, right? That's the issue that I have. Because the wall just enables their engine. This doesn't enable their engine. Yeah, the souls do keep this gal in check, which is nice. Yeah, we got Lily. So I think I'm just gonna Channeler, sack Lingering Souls. We're gonna see what we find, and if we find Lily, we can just Lily minus. If we don't Lily, we can play a tap land and we can K command. That sucks. Am I just taking the land here? I think I'm actually just taking the land. Play land tapped. Lingering Souls go. Because the Colligan's Command just doesn't really do anything. Nice. Not nice. Second channeler? I mean, push doesn't do anything, so yeah, second channeler is the play. Play Triumph. Swing for 1. They can't even Omnath unless they find a blue source. My god. Well, I mean, if they block, we get to bolt the angel, which is great. Let's wait for damage, bolt that, play land, say go. Skyclave. Well, the play of taking the wall on turn a million ago, working out really fucking well right about now. You and you. Super paid off. Oh. I totally forgot that they had Ephemerate still in their hand. Big whoops. Alright, you got me. They still have to discard. And I guess I'm gonna steal Lily minus because my opponent can either take... They sack the champion or... So I'm still gonna Lily minus. I need like to brew around, but what would you bring if there was a multi tournament tomorrow? Amulet. So another, they can give me another 2/2 and they get Ephemerate to blink their thing, kill my Lily. Lily got rid of the Aura champion anyway. We get another 2/2. And we get to send again. Resto. Well, that's really fucking good. Yep. Because that means that we don't get a 3/3 from the Liliana. Pog? This Inquisition's probably not getting better. Oof. Get out of here, Eternal Witness. Would really love to draw something that can kill this. I'm gonna hold on to this fetch land because it enables Revolt for me. Yeah, taking the Wall of Omens, the best play I've made all day. Oh no, they found the blue mana. If I send everything, I'm putting blocks. No, I guess they don't block. They block, and they block. They take 4, 8. And I lose 1 spirit token. I feel like I'm desperate enough that I need to do that. Veteran Pyromancer with an AK-47, yeah. Well, that's actually awesome because now they... Like, I can safely play my Magmatic Channeler. Also, we have no removal for a 4/5 flyer. And this is gonna draw 2, I guess. Four or 5 flyer is pretty fucking big. So this is a loop, if I'm not mistaken. Not bad. I'm getting the blue sword, I think. And I'm killing the resto, I think. Gonna wait for my opponent to choose targets here. Oh no, they don't have to choose targets. Never mind. Can we grind them out? Can we grind them out? My opponent can't really attack. So that's a chump blocker. They draw another card. I guess it's worth it because I can find a bolt or a push. Sure. I'm putting this in. I think I'm going for this line here first because it enables me to attack faster. And I think that getting my opponent out of cards is how I'm going to win this game. What are the decks I'll play today? After we're done with this, we have a Dredge Dono list. Oh, they have Chord. That's gross. That's absolutely disgusting. I can't believe the last unknown was Chord. Wow. Oh, we're probably losing now. Wait, this came back tapped? How is that even... How is that even possible? That's disgusting. That's absolutely fucking disgusting. They're gonna go get Skyclave. Skyclave exiles Croxa. Then they blink the Skyclave again. They exile the Magmatic Channeler. Oh my. This is ridiculous. To be fair, my opponent's deck is absurdly sweet. It's pretty funny how absurdly soft to Yorion we are. Like, we literally can't... We don't have any card in our deck that answers it. They get another Ephemerate. Well, that's it. We're out. Wow. I feel like if I had gotten one more turn, we would have been able to get there, but it was just too much. Guile or Spellbomb or both? Like, we definitely want Graveyard Hate. I guess Liliana's pretty bad. I think I like Blood Moon on the play. Maybe on the draw I will cut it. But on the play I think I like the Blood Moons. The triggers make me laugh. There was a lot of them. There was a lot of those triggers. I also like that between Magmatic Channel and a Season Power, we can like drawing multiple Blood Moons just doesn't really matter. Like it's just great regardless, which is nice. I think I'm ditching Batter Skull. The swords just seem better. Sure, keep this. There's definitely an argument for not playing anything there to hold up push for a mana dork, but I just think it's better to do this. I think it's less suspicious if we do it like so. It's worse because of our Croxa, but it's less suspicious of Blood Moon if we fetch it planes. There's no way my opponent doesn't get a basic here, though. I'm still gonna Blood Moon, though. The fact that they overboard the level, I don't know, man. Whenever you have a question like that, the answer is always Commander. Whenever you have a question like that, the answer is always Commander. Regardless of what the question is. Souls for souls? Damn. We have established the loop here. Resto, Avalanche Riders. It's kind of hot, actually. We're just gonna lose to our own Blood Moon. Pog. All right, we're looking good now. Season Power just came down and fixed everything for us. Also, this is a 4/4. Bolt, please. So I guess they have a free block here so that this attack just doesn't really make sense. Pony has literally the best deck ever. If it's not, then I don't know what it is. Also, my opponent's been dominating with it, to be honest. So does that mean that they drew land? No land, but we're going to discard Stoneforge, which we can't cast. Brutal. We need to find the land there, unfortunately. I'm still going to spend a turn to do this. But now this is going to be very awkwardly sitting on our screen forever now. I have to assume that they have found Ephemerate at this point. Path their own wall to go fetch another basic. Alright, my opponent is a hero. When I grow up, I want to be like my opponent, I think. I am very impressed. I am very fucking impressed by what my opponent's doing here. They're gonna copy Skyclave on end step now, exile our sword. Honestly, this is kind of awesome. But he can make a copy of Avalanche Riders. Or they can make a copy of Operation, they make a copy of Operation, they exile my sword, they block, they trade for Season Pyro. That seems fine. Because we get a 3/3. The problem is that now they can just cast Yorion. And we can't get past Yorion. Stupid one of Kiki-Chord. If at any point I had found a bolt, we would have been fine, but we're halfway into our deck and we haven't found a bolt yet. Halfway into our deck, still no bolt. Opponent can't cast Chord yet. They could now if they wanted to. Yeah, this Kiki has been insane. Just the value Kiki-Chord. Not even a combo Kiki-Chord, just the value Kiki just being absolutely devastating for me. Okay, so now all of their mana is fixed. And I guess if they have Resto, we just lose here. Whew. That's a lot of ETB triggers. That is a lot of ETB triggers. A lot of life being gained. Now it's going to be even more triggers than before, though. In case we hadn't had enough triggers, here comes more. Boom. Let's go. Oh man, I can't even be mad here. Opponent's taking both of my spell bombs. That's rude. And my land. Now they're at 15, impossible to raise. Drawing another card. This has been a trip. This has been a trip. Whew. Okay, what can we draw? Is there anything that we can draw? Lightning bolt is going to show up here, and I'm going to be very sad. Okay. So we have 2K command. So 2 damage, and we can either discard or we can get back our Stoneforge. Probably getting Stoneforge is better. We don't even have attacks anymore. Yeesh. This opponent has my number today. This opponent has my number today. Avalanche Rider is gone. I mean, they have to have an Eternal Witness, right? Deputy of Detention. Yikes. Giver. Bird. Opponent just casually going back to their starting life total. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Fuck you, Bolt. Where were you like 700 turns ago when I needed you? Where were you? Just gonna Croxa here. This game sure has been something. Bailoff in opponent's hand, can you imagine? They have Chord! No! X equals 6. I don't even know what this could be. Please tell me it's Sound Titan so I can concede. Resto for, yeah, okay. I'm just over that. That was so cool. All right, my opponent is the real hero here. We'll be back for next round. All right, after getting completely dunked on by God with a shotgun, we're back to our 1-1 bracket. This hand seems pretty solid. Turn 1, Blood Crypt, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Blood Crypt. We're taking a shit ton of damage here, but yeah, exactly. So we can take Thoughtseize here. And then we can hopefully we can leverage this Liliana. Oops, there's a push in my opponent's hand. Have to not forget about that. Oh, they drew another discard spell, of course. Of course. Well, bye bye, Lily. $100% of the time, yeah. Thoughtseize basically just steals your opponent off their draw step because they're gonna draw exactly the card that you just took. Yeah, I'm just gonna go black-red. Taking so much damage. But I have to take this so my opponent is forced to push the Channeler. And they can't play Croxa. So it kind of is the better tempo play. It's very interesting to me that they left me the Liliana. Just died in this transparent match because my opponent cast Grinning Ignis 3 times, then cast Brute Force and Dreadhorde Arcanist to flashback Grape Shot for lethal. I have no idea what you're saying. House. I didn't even know that those cards were in the format. Wish I had some Kaya's Guile in the main deck right about now. So my opponent's about to play their Croxa. I'm probably going to be in Fatal Push. There's one of the time shifted cards per pack, right? That's how that works. Huh. Is this just gas? I think so. We're ditching the other cards, but Season Pyro seems great here. Because I think what my opponent was trying to make me do was to play Liliana so they can discard their Croxa and they can untap and play the Croxa, which obviously it's not particularly interesting for me to do something like that, so... I think this approach plays around what my opponent was trying to make me do. Yep, that's exactly what they wanted me to do. There we have a Scourge. I feel like we need to do better than that. Not necessarily better, but I guess it is better. I'm terrified of that Croxa though. We're gonna need to find an answer to that Croxa right now. Can't beat TBR, so we're not obviously not gonna play around the card that I can't beat. Yep, so here's Croxa. Exiling the entire bin. We go down at 8. We need to find a push. Liliana. Damn it. Maybe we can raise with these second souls. Because this becomes a 4/4. So they attack with both. I block down to 5. Next turn, my opponent needs to play a blocker, and I swing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we get to double flashback souls. But this Seal of Fire represents lethal next turn, so I have to watch out for that. So, I mean, we just need to answer this freaking Croxa, because I'm going to lose to it. Oh, they just have TBR. So, Kaya's Guile sounds good. Croxa sounds good. Rampage. Spell Bombs. Don't want to be Blood Mooning. I think this is fine. I'm not too sold on the Stoneforgers. Maybe 3 is too many Spell Bombs. Also, I guess Inquisitions could be okay. I mean, I still needed to top deck, right? Because we were losing the race to the Croxa. That's why I was so afraid of it. Because at that point, we just have no cards in hand. And that Croxa, even if I chump it every turn, it still represents a lightning bolt to the face. But we just never found an answer. I mean, it's not that we had that many answers anyway, right? Like that we have 2 pushes. I think we had 2 pushes left in the deck at that point. So we didn't really have that many answers. Liliana would have been okay. But we also had only 2 Lilianas as well. Maybe the turn that I played Season Pyro, like I think that it made sense why I did it, but then the Liliana would have represented the answer to the Croxa that I was hoping for. So even like playing into the Croxa was probably still the correct place, the correct play for me to make. Because that would have allowed me to just like minus Liliana and get rid of the Croxa. And then I wouldn't have died to it 3 turns later. Sure, I'll keep this. Turn 1 Cliff. Cliff Spellbomb on 1. Or Savai Trio. I'm gonna go with Cliff Spellbomb. And I guess I'm gonna fetch for... No, fetching for basic planes is just so bad. So we're gonna fetch for Godless Shrine or Sacred Foundry. Never mind, my opponent's gonna take my Stoneforge and I don't need to worry about that. Still has Modern Streaming having a lot of weight to pull. That's true. It's very, very true. Just gonna get a Triumph. Swift Spear. This 1 point of damage allows my opponent to play the thing, but I think it's still correct for me to do this. And now we wait. Yeah, you get it, Stubbs. There are streamers, and then there's the last modern streamer. Alright, so I'm gonna have to fetch and sack Spellbomb. Goifo. Please. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Second Goif. Yeah, it's not looking good out here. Not looking good. Sierreco with the Prime sub. 50 months. Welcome back to the Prime Time Stronghold. Thank you for the continued support. Seal of Fire grows the Goif. Are we just dead? Seal of Fire. So this is not lethal. But it's lethal next turn if my opponent... Ren and Date, thank you for the follow. Wow. So now I can actually top deck Lingering Souls. and potentially raise. Yep, the only card that matter. I'm gonna... I guess I'm holding onto the land doesn't really make sense. Love the Kiki-Chord League. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Why didn't the Lurrus? I guess they were playing around this card. Oh, wow, that's so anticlimactic. So the idea was we double chump, we attack, and then we would have died anyway. But almost. All right, see you next round. All right, welcome to round number 4. How do we feel about the one lander on the play with double discard? Yeah, I know, I'm a coward. Deal with it. I'm gonna keep this though. I'm gonna send that sword back into the deck. We can call it the Valky weekend house. Because it kind of felt like a weekend. That sounds about right, yeah. Just call it the Valky weekend. So Boyan also shipped 6. Boom. Pass. Honestly, the Mardu Triumph is a big deal in this deck. Burning Catacombs. I mean, I have Lingering Souls, so I feel like I'm getting a sword here. Fire and Ice? Triumph is the main reason to play Mardu. Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been very good. It's been very, very good. I don't think you ever want to have 2 copies of it, but the one copy has been stellar. Absolutely incredible. So I guess we're up against Scales. No, Sacred Foundry. It's the meme deck. Okay. Yeah, it's the meme deck. So it basically plays this with which you can cheat into play with Sorin. Because you -3, you put this thing into play because it's a changeling. And then I guess there's a way that it sets up lethal. I just don't know which way it does. That's the land they top decked also. Search for Glory. Okay, we're gonna be facing this dude next turn. Just get a Blood Crypt here. Well, now I wish I had gone in Battle Skull. Now that I know what I'm up against. This also has protection, which is nice. That sucks. Okay. guess we're just gonna be fine, right? I put in place Sorin. They -3. They play the other thingy. Yeah. They name Sliver. They play the Cloud Shredder. Okay. Okay, that's the missing piece that I didn't know about. F. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I was not fine. I've seen enough. Oh no! I guess that if they don't have haste, they would have died on their upkeep. I got a little bit hasty there. Yeah, I got a little bit. No, because the thing was indestructible. Never mind. Yeah, no, we were dead. We were dead. Okay. Well, the rest seems fine. Blood Moon seems fine. K-Command seems terrible. Lingering Soul seems bad. Liliana's okay. Croxa's probably okay. I guess everything that attacks the hand is probably okay. Let's go with that. They got green mana, but they only had they had 2 packs to pay for. Yeah, packed it twice. Where the bad guy in a point is the hero. I'm not discarding that. That is definitely a possibility. I guess that my opponent could have Veil of Summer. What a janky pile. What a janky pile. So I think I'm just going to take Board the Weatherlight here. I guess I can take both. And then I slam Liliana on 3. Yeah, that seems like the better thing to be doing. We do have Blood Moon in the deck, so I guess I'm going to do this. And then we can play Lily and go to town. Also, I guess I fucked up. I shouldn't have fetched for a basic. Eight rack, kind of, right? Well, that's kind of incredible, right? So now we discard the Croxa, and next turn we get to play the Croxa. And we completely go to town on my opponent's hand. Don't tell me that you have, like, you top deck this natural Sorin. I'm not gonna believe you. Milton and Femme Ferrara Magic. Thank you, both of you, for the follow. Appreciate it. Decay. You got it. So we're gonna get a Sacred Foundry here, and we're gonna Croxa, and my opponent's gonna go down to basically 0 cards. Sacred Foundry, red, boom, 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 Croxa, bin, everything, it doesn't matter. Croxa you. Alright, so 2 unknown cards is what's left. Getting there, Giant. Getting there. Leyline of Sanctity. Alright, good to know about that one. Good to know about that one for sure. It's a little bit janky, honestly, to bring in Leyline. Maybe they need it? Path Croxa? Okay. Certainly not bad. I think I'm going to hold on to the Godless Shrines because I have enough mana and I can use that Godless Shrine to pitch to a Magmatic Channel if I find it. And I don't really have any use for the extra mana. I'm so smart. So freaking smart. Man, my body's super close from coming back into it, but I don't think it's going to happen for them. Keep the Triumph in the deck? No. Starting to believe that I can see the future? It is possible. Well, I guess I can just lethal here. Everyone is playing Mardu today. Yeah, I saw Spike was playing Mardu as well. It was just a coincidence. Because I received a dono to make a Mardu Pyromancer deck. And he also did on the same week, which is funny. Okay, do we have answers to... No answers, right? So if my opponent plays a freaking Leyline, we're just mega screwed. This says each opponent. This plays around Leyline. Liliana can go to town on their hand as well. I probably just have to hope that they don't find the Leyline, honestly. Lance would have been great in this hand. Ship it. Keep it. Don't Leyline, no Leyline, no Leyline, sweet. We get to play. I'm just gonna double discard them next turn. Don't veil me, bruh. Don't veil me. F's in chat. F's in chat. I can see why people constantly overboard this card and everybody just jams a million copies of it in their sideboard. It really feels miserable when you get veiled. If they have decay, that sucks, but like I just need to find the land drop. I think that my better route to victory is gonna be this Blood Moon. Peach Season Pyro, looking for a land, preferably a fetch land. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Well. Again, I think my opponent has another Veil, so I'm not going to play into it. Yeah, you can't draw a card. Alright, feel pretty smart. Had the read on the Abrupt Decay. I guess they were playing around the Blood Moon. Sweet. Gotta love the cheese. Gotta love the cheese. That's a hand. Is this legendary? Yes, it is. Okay, so take that one. Boom, boom. Dudes. Get in there. Bloodman claims another victim. Nice veils, opponent. Nice veils. Blood Moon claims another victim. Is this lethal next turn? It is lethal next turn. That's sexy. That's very sexy. Blood Moon is a hell of a card. It really is. Boom! 2-2, baby. Final round. Time for the very last match. Can we get that 3-2? Leave with the glory that represents a 3-2. I think I'm just gonna Thoughtseize on 1. Opponent moves to 4, so I have to assume that they are either on Dredge or they're on Tron. So we're gonna Swamp, Thoughtseize them, and then we're gonna probably get a Triumph. No, I didn't show them Blood Moon turn game 2. I like this deck. Yeah, it's a fine mid-range deck. I'm not sold on it being better than just Boomer Jund. Red and 6 is a messed up card, right? So basically you're giving up Ren in place of Lingering Souls and stuff. Wow. Natty Tron plus Ballista. Okay, got me. Trelon, thank you so much for the raid, man. Welcome everybody from Trelon stream. By the way, is it Trelon or Treyon? How would you rather me pronounce it? We're probably just dead here, right? Like my opponent just has Tron. Can't beat that. Channeler has been good. I'm gonna say that. Channeling has actually been good. Opponent move to 4, and I'm gonna lose. I'm still gonna. I still don't know whether they're playing Big Tron or Eldrazi Tron, so I'm probably gonna like not pack it in immediately. So I can play Lingering Souls. I guess I have to play Lingering Souls because I can't play Liliana anymore. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? A card that gets blanked by Karn the Great Creator. Don't you love to see it? So they're probably just gonna minus for Ballista and just clear my board, I imagine. Sanctum. Okay, so they're playing Big Tron. They're not playing Eldrazi. Which is important information for us. Because we know that it's safe to cut like all of our nonsense. So K command coming in. Angrat's Rampage. Blood Moons. Fatal pushes out. Turesses. Rampage. Probably Croxa and probably Kolaghan's Command. Stoneforge also sounds really bad. Is it worse than Lingering Souls? Probably is. Not. Keep this. So I'm probably gonna go turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Channeler. And then we can take it from there. And then I can pitch the Croxa to the Channeler if I have to. But it seems important to hit my land drops. I guess they move to 4, so I guess the going to town on their hand might just be better. Is this better than Jund? I don't think so. Again, like you're basically gaining on Stoneforge Mystic and Lingering Souls, but you're losing Renin 6 and Tarmogoyf. So I guess it's a matter of what you think that may be better. Yeah, I'm just gonna Croxa. Because I want them to just not have stuff. Blast Zone down. Play the forest. So next turn we can hopefully go to town with Croxa. Do your thing, Lily. So I'm probably gonna try to spike a land to get Kroxa going next turn. My opponent pitched their Blast Zone, so there's no fear of getting Blast Zone away. K command, K command, K command. So they missed the land drop. Just pitch Kroxa. Sacrifice an artifact. No! Oh wow, that's devastating. We're probably still okay, but that's brutal. Wow, we just got so hard. Black, black, red, red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess it actually matters what I exile, never mind. Because it grows the channeler, so Mire, flats. Guess Season Parish is not gonna matter. I'd rather this be a 4/4. 1, 2, 3. I guess that we would be exiling one thing. Alright, cancel. Let's try it again. Black, black, red, red. This, and this. We have exactly 4 instant sorceries. So we can swing for 4. So we just win here. Yeah, sweet. They're playing Veil. God damn it, they're also playing Veil. It's so freaking annoying. Yeah, I mean, I understand why people really hate Veil as much as they do. But Veil is a fine card. Like, Veil is just fine. It's a really powerful card, but people saying, like, oh, ban Veil of Summer or whatever, it's just like, nah. That's just not how it works. But it moves to 3. I mean, this is probably not getting any better, so I'm just gonna... Yes! Woo! Ding, ding, ding. Oh, come on. Don't do it, opponent. Sylvan's crying. Okay, the redraws. It's pretty hot, actually. So I think I'm gonna get Batterskull, because I'm gonna have... Batterskull can pressure a Karn, and I'm gonna have Liliana going after their hand, so I don't need 2 ways of going after my opponent's hand. Steerings. Am I about to lose? I'm about to lose. God damn it, man. I'm about to fucking lose, man. I'm about to lose. Wow. Huh? So you're saying there's a chance? Wow, fuck Tron. Yeah, for real, right? Yeah, I mean, we just Blood Moon, right? I'm thinking whether I want to draw step, basically to delay playing the Blood Moon for a turn in case I draw a fetch land. I'm trying to figure out whether that's worth it. No, because like my opponent could top deck exactly Oblivion Stone, and this takes care of the Oblivion Stone, so we're fine here. So now we're gonna see some Pyro. We're gonna pitch Lily and Souls. Play land, pass the turn. 5 mana. I mean, they could find the Thruktusk. If they find the Thruktusk, that would really suck for me. Going wide here. Thrug Daddy would really suck here. Oh no. Oh, okay, that's fine. Why discard the Batter Skull? Because I wanted to... this just puts more power into play, right? And it digs me deeper towards the cards that I'm missing. Like, I'm looking for lands to fix my mana under my moon, or I'm looking for stuff like that, so... Season Pyro puts the same... Like, my life total doesn't matter, but Season Pyro puts the same amount of power into play, while at the same time digging me deeper to the cards that I'm looking for. Interestingly enough, this I have to play the second Blood Moon because otherwise my opponent can Nature's Claim my Blood Moon, and then they can use Blast Zone to pop all of my tokens because the Blast Zone came into play with 0 counters because of the Blood Moon. So that was actually an upside that Blood Moon had for my opponent there. I think we're good. All right, sweet. Whoo! All right. Mardu. Let's see if I can find it. Mardu, Pyro. No, not there. Okay, so things that I liked. The 1-drops felt fine. 3 of each seems a little bit random. Maybe there's like there's an argument for more pushes and less bolts, or the other way around. The channelers were actually pretty amazing. Like, I was pretty happy with the channelers. They did a lot of work. It wasn't easy to make them 4/4, but it wasn't necessary for us to make them 4/4s. Lingering Souls was medium to medium plus, like it wasn't particularly insane. Liliana was okay. I feel like we honestly, like, the worst aspect of the deck has felt like the Stoneforge Mystic package. So I'm thinking that maybe you just don't want the Stoneforge Mystic package and you can just play the straight black-red version that people were playing before, and maybe you're just better off doing that. If you really want to splash for Lingering Souls, you can just... I mean, you can just do that. You know, like you put a Savai Triumph and a Sacred Foundry in your deck without even playing basic planes, and you slam some Lingering Souls in your deck or in your sideboard. But Colonel's Command was actually super underwhelming. I don't know if it's because we didn't really see the situations, but like it was not easy for us to be able to figure out situations where we could create 2-for-1s. And the deck's curve was a little bit awkward. It was a little bit awkward. Maybe that's why we're playing the Stone Forges and why the Stone Forges are quote unquote necessary. It's because our curve is pretty awkward otherwise. But yeah, Lingering Souls was just super medium. Liliana was fine, but it's like it's a card that you want in some matchups and you don't want in other matchups. Season Power was just absolute gas every time we drew it. This card's great. Tide Haulers is interesting. Yeah, for sure. You could play Tide Haulers, but then like what are you cutting, right? Like if you're adding Tide Haulers and you have Stone Forges and you have Magmatic Channelers, like that's just too many cards. Because you also want Croxas. Like Croxa was great. I kind of want a third copy of Croxa. I wouldn't be upset having a third copy. This card was just amazing every time. Feel like cutting white for blue and having Snapcaster be your value still for creatures instead of Lingering Souls, which would be a better splash possibility. Well, no, because at that point you're talking about Grixis, and this has a Triumph and Grixis does not. So that's just in and of itself. That's already like Triumph is just better. Like a deck with a Triumph is just going to have naturally better mana. You could build Grixis, but at that point I don't think you want Season Pyromancer. Like Snapcaster is just flashing these back. There's no other spells. And like Season Pyromancer doesn't really combo well with counter magic, so you don't really want to play Snapcaster and Season Pyro in the same deck. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, Eric, and you're watching still at this point, thank you so much for the donation, and hopefully you enjoyed the league. And yeah, if you did like the content, make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button, and you like the little thumbs up down there. Leave any comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.